Good evening, everybody. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Wally's Live on Friday night. And straight out of the bat, I gotta clean my glasses. Wally's always cleaning his glasses. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing this Friday night? This Friday evening, Friday morning for some of you guys. Trefford and all you guys, and Igor, I was gonna call you Leonard. Sorry. Who's on? Say hello. Is everything okay? Can you hear me okay? I wonder, would it work better if I put the camera like this? Is that better? No, that's like a million times worse. Jeannie Mac, Wally, what are you doing? Stick with the plan, Wally. Stick with the plan. Guys, who's out there? Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Look at my washing. My house always has washing in it. Always has washing. Always. Andrew's Agriculture UK. Hello. Jesus, man. Don't see you on here very much. What's the crack? You're welcome. First live feed. We sort of, it is completely random. There's no set topic. You can talk about whatever you want. Normally we end up talking about chainsaws a lot. Chainsaws, axes, knives, and clothes. Sometimes we get into music, sometimes politics, and sometimes other stuff. I saw your pictures up today, Andrew, and that looked like a really skinny pole that you were up on when you were I don't know what it was. Was it a silver birch or something? It looked very skinny, very high up, very skinny. So it looked good. It was a good picture, a really good picture. I wonder if I move this over here, does it make any difference? So what has Wally been up to, guys? That video that came out today, the time-lapse video. Oh Jesus, the time-lapse video. Yeah, silver birch. I was thinking that it was a skinny looking one. Ooh. Should keep that silver birch. Should keep all the bark. It's really good for lighting fires. Like really good for lighting fires. Just the bark it sent. Leonard, I was just talking about you. How's it going? We have all the tree climbers on tonight. Guys, I don't know if you saw the video that I just put up there this evening, but I decided yesterday I was going to take all the footage that I have from seven videos, guys, and I'm going to condense those 7 videos down into one 10-minute video, and that is what you saw today at 6 o'clock. It took me 8 hours to edit that video. 8 hours, guys. Took me 8 hours. This makes me look really small, doesn't it? Guys, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. And I had it all done. And I was about to upload it. And I was like, it needs music. And it took me another 2 hours to get music sorted and stuff like that. So, the joys. So listen, guys, last week, we had the big change in Wally's world. We had the switching up of no more uploading once a day and only uploading 3 times a week. How did that work out? Thomas McNostril, how's it going? Just 1 a week, Thomas. 1 a week. The ones that you see, I do a test. I always have to test for some reason. It's sort of like my sneaky way of getting your attention so that we get more people on. But we're not It's not Buckin's live stream or anything like that. There's not like 500 people. Good man, McNost. Good man. That's the way to keep it. Just like myself. Just like myself. So yeah, so only 3 videos this week. Nobody's to my standard, Thomas, I have to say. This is the problem, you know. I have been described as a god, you know. Buddha, like, but yeah, you know, a god still. But yeah, so it was a strange week, you know. I've spent the last 10 months uploading a video a day because of lockdown and stuff, and it just seems I was used to getting up in the morning and replying to comments and stuff like that, and you know, there's a couple of days there was no comments, and I was like, I don't know if I like that, you know, but I suppose you get used to it. But yeah, so we started the other YouTube channel on Sunday as well. So on Valentine's Day, whatever day Valentine's Day was. So we started the other YouTube channel, which is Red Branch Bushcraft YouTube. And guys, Red Branch Bushcraft. Look, Roddy, how's it going? Red Branch Bushcraft is the name of my business for people who didn't know. I'm not a tree surgeon. I just sort of do trees because I enjoy it. I own a bushcraft school, so that's the crack. So what actually, like, the story is that I've spent my whole life as an outdoor instructor teaching people outdoor activities like kayaking and canoeing and walking and rock climbing and surfing and stuff. A lot of surfing, a lot of canoeing and kayaking, and a lot of hill walking. So you know, so and that was over in the west of Ireland. So a place called Achill Island, on an island in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Ireland. So and what we did was it had like 5 beaches. So it was like 5 amazing beaches, guys. If you have a computer there, Critter, sometimes to do, but I don't think I can let that comment go. No, I haven't. Hey, I haven't. But I've done plenty of river surfing. But the Severn Bore is I don't know, but it'd be tough work. I think if you fall off, you have to. I think you have to. I've watched videos of it. It looks insane. It looks insane, and they have the same in the Amazon as well. Critter, I tell you what the crack is about the comments. I was reading that further down the line, YouTube can flag comments and can pull channels over certain comments that have been posted that I have allowed to be posted, because this is supposed to be a sort of, you know, kids can watch this, I suppose. But no, never surfed it. Never surfed it. Surfing's good crack. I don't know if any of you guys have ever surfed before. I was big into loads of different outdoor sports until I went to Achill and I learned how to surf. And once I learned how to, yeah, you're still a moderator. I see that, Roddy. And what you call it? Who did we put up as a moderator last week? Indiana Doug as well. So you two can have a moderator fight later on. So sorry, Critter, sorry. But guys, I went to Achill, myself and Siobhan, learned how to surf, and stopped doing all other activities except surfing for a long time, a long time. And then I just slowly get back, and I was doing a bit of kite surfing and stuff like that for a while. But I never got really too into kite surfing. It is super adrenaline filled. Some power going on there, boy. But what's everybody been up to? Anybody get any new chainsaws? I've been running Frankensaw this week. I've been running Igor this week. I had maybe 3 days of saw work, not work, saw play. But only one of those videos has come out. I did a little bit of tree felling using axes and using ropes as well. So I was pulling trees over with ropes. You just get a wetsuit, Roddy. You get used to it. Like the wetsuits are just unbelievable. No, I don't know. See, right? Look here. For example, guys. For example, if you read McNostral's comment there, that comes up to me as YouTube have flagged that, and I have to approve that comment, right? Like there's nothing in that comment. Do you know what I mean? Like so. I just read somewhere that it can be an issue down the line for the stuff that goes on in live chats, but I don't know if it's the thing or not. So, but anywho, guys, I wrote a list. I had a list. No, it's fine. It's fine. Woodsman, good evening. How's it going? Woods, we were just talking there, Woodsman. I took a little bit of a page out of your book, and I have started a second channel. Bushcraft and survival only. Whereas this one, Leonard, enjoy your day, man. I know it's early there. Where this one is going to stay chainsaws and stuff like that. So chainsaws and axes and all that. But I think I'm going to keep the live feeds here because I don't know if I haven't tried yet. You know, because there's only like 60 subscribers or something on the other channel. So, but there's only 2 videos up. And the thing about it is that I deleted videos of Wally's World. It does and it doesn't, McNostral. It's not quite as simple as that. It's more to do with niche. Okay, so channels perform better if they stick to one topic, basically. So by me just having a general outdoor, I was appealing to too many people, you know. So I'd get people who would come in and watch certain things, and people would come in and watch other things, and they wouldn't really stick to it. So what they reckon is that you need to niche down. That's what they call it. Niche. Is that the right pronunciation? So I needed to. So it was either stop producing one type of video, right, on Wally's World. So it was going to be bushcraft. So stop doing bushcraft videos and survival videos and gear reviews, guys, on Wally's World. Or open another channel. So I didn't want to stop doing those videos because that still is part of Wally's World. That still is what I do. So I just thought it was yes, I'm very appealing. Yes, so I'm like a banana, appealing. So yeah, so that was the plan. So instead of me stopping, so I didn't want to stop doing that type of video. You know, I enjoy it. I enjoy going out and walking and camping, and I enjoy doing all that stuff. So why should I stop it? So yes, that's it. The algorithm. You see that word right there? Okay. And what we're talking about is we're talking about growth of a channel. You know, so the most common thing that people will say to me is that, Wally, your content's really good. How come you've only got 4,000 subscribers? And I'd be like, I don't know. And it's because I don't play the YouTube game. Because I just put on Wally's World up until last weekend, I just recorded and posted whatever the hell I wanted. Anything. It was completely random, you know. Like some of my most popular videos on YouTube on Wally's World are of me shaving my head. I am as surprised as you are. So that's what I decided to do. So Woodsman, I decided I'm no longer going to upload a video a day, which I did for 10 months, right? And to split the channel. So bushcraft, survival, knives, bushcrafty stuff, all goes to Red Branch Bushcraft. And everything else goes to everything else will stay on Wally's World. No, I can't do that. I was going to see if I could post a link up there, but I can't because it would sign me out of this. And you can't sign into 2 channels at once on your computer. Crazy. But yeah. So, but listen, I posted a Bushcraft video today on Wally's World because it ties in that closes that whole chapter of the winter Bushcraft shelter build. So closes it nicely. Actually, I think it's a cool video. There's little bits that I would tweak a little bit, but overall I was quite happy with it, guys. 8 hours of editing that video. 8 hours of editing. My ass hit this seat after my workout at 10 o'clock this morning, hey, and I didn't get off it until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Whew. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So, what can you do, hey? What can you do? Okay, you know, yeah, enjoyed it, you know, and it's cool. You're looking back on this stuff. Yeah, I know, Roddy. So, what did I say it was? It was do you think McNostril? I don't know. Look, here's something that I've noticed in the last couple of days, in the last week. So when Roddy, you can close your ears now for a second. When I hurt my wrist, I went back and redid thumbnails on my videos. I started with my best performing videos and worked my way back. And if I got a comment on a video, I would change that thumbnail too. Guys, I'm getting so many comments from old videos that I've changed the thumbnails on, and the Deluxetine ones. Yeah, you see, that's it. And Tammy Woodsman, did you get a lot of subscribers come across from your old channel to your new channel? Yes. Yeah. I understand that statement. Yeah, that makes sense. So YouTube is only guys, it's like this, right? There's 6 of you on here now, right? If the 6 of you at home watch 90% chainsaw videos, right, and I upload a Bushcraft video, YouTube is not going to put that video in front of you. Okay, so my phone just did something there. What did my phone just do? Winner, chicken dinner. All right, I won something. Right, no, let me get rid of that. Let me shut this down. Guys, will we do the live thing again? That's a bit freaky, isn't it? Wait and see this, guys. I don't know if you guys saw this last week, but I can. We're watching Wooly live. Right, so it shows you that there's like a 5-second delay on that. I don't know what's going on there and why my phone decided suddenly to do the BBC News thing. But yeah. Pilk, you're very welcome, buddy. I know I'll try not to break the internet again with my stunning good looks and with my godlike physique and my live, my live going live, you know. So Stephen, how's it going? Guys, nearly everybody's here this evening, so let's pick a topic. Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did? I have a pencil and I have a piece of paper and I wrote stuff down, and I wrote down topics of conversations on a piece of paper. Then I put that piece of paper away somewhere safe, so we would have stuff to talk about tonight. Now I can't remember where that safe place is, and the piece of paper is gone. What can you do? Well, that's the best thing, Stephen. That's the best thing. As long as you're alive, hey. As long as you're alive. Tell me this, English Woodsman. You had a very strange experience in regards to comments, right? This is something that I spoke about on badly shaved pencil. No such thing in this house. I am the master of pencil paring. The Pixie's talking. Yeah. It was one of those 90s bands anyway, so music was one of the topics. Yes, I remember. Music. Pink Floyd, the Pantera. That was my tagline. So, and what else are we going to talk about? That's amazing, man. That is amazing numbers. Amazing numbers. 2 months, 2,720 subscribers in 2 months. Do you know, it took me 4 years to get my first 2,000 subscribers. Swear to God. Swear to God. Since I started uploading one a day last April, I have got 2,500 subscribers, guys. A lot of you guys would have come in from that influx as well. So, Woodsman, you're here longer than that. Dragon Picks, how's it going, guys? So, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And that's the thing. So, what to say is that if you don't niche down, your channel is too random, right? Too random. YouTube doesn't know what to do with it. You upload your videos and they don't really do anything with them. Whereas if you have, so Red Branch's videos are going to be put in front of people who like watching Bushcraft videos. And Wooly's World, if I keep on this trend of uploading chainsaw videos and axe videos and wood chopping and chopping trees down with axes and stuff like that, people who watch that type of content, that's where that will go. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Sort of. Nice, Stephen. Nice. How does that work? How does that even work? Can you be monetized? Randy, how's it going? Yeah, I got a wee discount code going for you. So I'll see if I can get you some free stuff. What I need, Run the River. Yay, good man. Oh, good man, Dragon's Picks. Guys, Randy, good man. Guys, I was pushing that again today. I've decided to do a big Instagram push on it as well. It's called Let's Split This. Woodsman, I don't know if you were around for this or if you heard about this. So basically it's a YouTube challenge that I started last year that didn't really go very far. So it's about men's mental health. So the hashtag is Let's Split This, as in splitting wood, and it's about how physical labor or outdoor labor is good for the mind and it's good for the soul, you know. And it's about, oh, I don't remember now. I don't remember. It'll come back to me. Woodsman. Randy Leahy, how's it going? Thanks, boy. And nice. Copper Beach. No, I know nothing about them at all. So basically, here is the principle, right? You split wood for 10 minutes and you count how many pieces of wood you've split, okay? And then, you know, you make a video about it. So you sit down, you introduce the video, you tell them what you're going to do, you talk a little bit about your own mental health if you want to, about men's mental health in general and how we're all bloody in the Stone Age and nobody will talk to each other. And next thing you know, your mate down the road has committed suicide and, you know, everybody's scratching their head going, why didn't you just talk to somebody? You know, so that's the idea. So let's split this, as in a problem shared is a problem halved. So split. Do you know what I mean? So, guys, I started last year. Tagged a couple of big channels in it. Tagged Hometown Acres in it as well. Adam from Hometown Acres. Now he has become a much bigger channel than he was at the time. I think he had maybe around 500 subscribers at the time, and he did it, and it got a wee bit. Maybe 6 people did it, but Indiana Doug has done it this time. And you see, that's the thing, Dragon. You know, that's the thing. Like, look at those 2 comments, you know. Yeah, split the taboos on mental health. Jesus, that's another good tagline, isn't it? So, you know, the whole thing was, you know, it's actually, you know that everybody knows the crack, guys. Everybody knows. All the men out there know the crack, that, you know, everybody suffers, you know. And this lockdown, Jesus Christ of Almighty, you know, it's tough. Do you know today to us that we're going to be locked down until at least April? So if you have a YouTube channel, guys, even if you don't have a YouTube channel, if you have a phone, okay, go out, you know, do this. Do you know what I mean? Get it out there. The more people that push this message out that it's okay not to be okay and that it's okay to talk, guys, you know, the better. The more chance there is of breaking this down, you know. Okay, I'm lost. Yeah. See, that's crazy. That's crazy. Truth seeker, you know, that's crazy. And the thing is that, yeah, well, do it with your phone if you can. You know, it's like I used to work in the ambulance service, right? So I used to answer 999 calls. We used to deal with people with suicidal thoughts all the time, right? We weren't supposed to. So what happened back in 2009 when there was the financial crash, right? All these institutes and places that had been set up to deal with mental health, they all got shut down by the government, right? So all these people, instead of being recommended to mental health care, they just got released, you know. So you would have these people ringing 999 because they had nothing, nowhere else to turn. Yeah, it's 911. Yeah. So do you know what I mean? So yeah, yes, it's an emergency call, but is it a medical emergency? You know, is it as important as a car crash or somebody having a heart attack? You know what I mean? Like, so you're on the end of the phone and you're having to make these calls, and some of these calls will go on for hours. You know, so what you find is that the ambulance service deals with a lot of these mental health issues, and they shouldn't, you know, because they should be dealing with emergency medical issues, not emergency mental health issues, you know. So which is, do you know what I mean? Jeez, this is a serious one tonight, boy, isn't it? I know what we were going to talk about. What I was going to say to you, Woodsman. Comments, guys. Guarantee the first comment on any of my videos is going to be a link to some sort of XXX site. Okay. How does that happen? And do you know something, guys? I'm in a forum on YouTube with outdoor YouTubers, small outdoor YouTubers under 20,000 subs, and I put up the question: does anybody else get this? Everybody gets it. They all get this. They upload a video. And the first comment within 10 seconds is a link to, I'm going to say a XXX, but you know what I mean. I'm not talking about the mince, guys. They're only 2x because I've eaten an X already. So yeah, that was the idea, guys. So mental health affects us all, right? It affects us all, and you know, and there is such a stigma about it in men. Do you know what I mean? And nobody talks, you know. Yeah, and Stephen, yeah, that's the truth. You know, you're told to suck it up. Life affects us all. It completely does. So the thing is that it affects some people more than it affects others, you know, and there is this mentality. I nearly said, probably would have been right. There is this mentality that, you know, suck it up, buttercup, you know, and yeah, at times that can work, but guys, that stuff comes out in other ways, you know. So, you know, for everybody, you all know I'm from Northern Ireland, right? So I live here in South Armagh, so this is where I grew up, you know. So I grew up in a war, right? So I grew up I was born in 1978, so I grew up in the 80s here in Forkhill. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, you know, and what happened, you know, and so I was here, you know, there was bomb attacks, there was soldiers shot on the streets, you know, helicopters shot down, you know, mortar bombs attacks, snipers, and all that sort of stuff going on, and the constant harassment from the soldiers, you know, towards us, you know. So you see, I get back to you, Woodsman. So like, there has to be a compound effect of that. There has to be a form of post-traumatic stress syndrome ingrained in everybody of a certain age in Northern Ireland. There has to be, you know. And even though I grew up with all that, that was normality to me, you know. So I lived across the road here, and I remember coming up from the pub with Siobhan, who's my wife now, and we were going out with each other at the time. And so because this was what they classed as a war zone, the helicopters, when they came in, there's a big massive army barracks, 100 yards from where my house is now, where I live now, was a big massive army barracks. And so the helicopters weren't allowed to fly on their own because they were getting shot down all the time. So they flew in 3 and 4s. So it was about 10 o'clock at night, pitch dark, we're walking up, and a helicopter flies in over where we were walking to land in the barracks. You know, so I don't know if you've ever been, you know, 10 yards from underneath a helicopter when it flies over. Like we knew by the noise of a helicopter what type of a helicopter it was. You know what I mean? So Siobhan lay on the ground, you know, she thought that something was going to crash on top of us and we were going to die, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. That's it, Roddy. People, men have no outlet, you know, they have no way to deal with this, you know. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story, right? You know, and it's how we process that story, right? And I'm the same, you know. I've had, you know, all that stuff I was just talking about, the fibromyalgia, the chronic pain and all that there. It can be very, very, sorry, I'm eating a bloody mint now. It can be extremely destructive, you know. And the thing is, right, and this is what I'm finding as more and more, it was the chronic pain that saw me make a connection between these things, right? So chronic pain grinds you down, grinds you down completely, whereas you just don't care. You're just like, your life is just pain, you know. You know, and you end up taking painkillers, and you know, it snowballs, no shade. But there has to be a connection, right? There has to be. It's all about balance, isn't it? It's all about balance. I've been watching the Karate Kid, so or Cobra Kai. It's all about balance. The good stuff, the bad stuff, the yin and the yang, guys. And that is the truth, right? That is the truth, right? So we all have this balance. You know, they say, what is that famous saying? There's 2 wolves inside you. You know, whatever one is the stronger wolf is the one that you feed. So the one there's the hate and the love. You know, so if you feed the love comes out, and the love is the strongest. But yeah, here, listen, guys. What a bloody tangent, huh? What a tangent. But guys, it's important. That is my contribution to try and break through it. Let's split this, guys. Starts with the mind. Starts with the mind. Yeah. So like I meditate and stuff like that. Well, I try to. So the hard part for me is switching off a lot of the time. So, and people with fibromyalgia. Hang on a second. And chronic pain, chronic fatigue, and stuff like that. They spend a lot of time in their own head. So that's just the way it goes. But anywho, let's talk about chainsaws. Let's change the topic. Wooly was on a rant there. Sorry, on a rant. Sorry, McNostril, you might have to watch that back. That was like insane amount of stuff covered right there. Sorry. guys, you know, so that was the whole idea. I saw that need. I was sick of, no, it's not Dragon. I was sick of, here's something for you, right? We'll leave on this, right? We'll leave on that. We'll not leave on this. We'll close off that chapter on this. It's the biggest killer of men in Northern Ireland, the suicide. And it's probably the same in your locality if you look it up. Okay, and it's always been like that. Always. I can remember being 18 and being up. I was up speaking in front of politicians up in Belfast, you know, and this guy got up from Belfast, and he was from West Belfast, and he got up. He got up. I was talking about life growing up in South Armagh. He got up and he started talking about life growing up in West Belfast. And the first thing he did was he stood up and he said, 20 people I know in the last year have killed themselves, you know, and just this absolutely mental statistics about the mental health crisis that there is in our society, right? And I don't know whether it's to do with men don't feel needed anymore because we don't need to grow the crops, you know, we don't need to hunt, you know. So listen, and that's why I felt that splitting wood was such a good thing, right? So I split wood for the house here, and I provide all the wood for the house for the full year, right? And that gives me an enormous sense of well-being. It really does, because I am providing, you know. Nostril. He was a youth worker. So you know, by providing that wood is something that I can do. The odd time I might provide some meat and stuff. I haven't done that in a long time, but you know, so that's where the splitting wood came in. And oh, Doug, right, we're closing that chapter. Let's move on to something else. Come on, let's go. Do you think? River, get off the live feed. Oh, Alan, how's it going? Doug, you're welcome. Doug, you and Roddy have to fight because you're both moderators. Yes, Mark, do you think you understand? You know what I mean? So it's hard to explain, but that's what it is. It's like you're providing warmth for your family, you know. It's very satisfying. It's very, very satisfying. Ginge, how's it going? So you know, and you're doing it by hand. Do you know what I mean? And you're cutting that timber and you're splitting it. And when you pick that piece of wood up to put it in the fire, you know, and this is the weirdest thing, you'd be like, oh, I remember splitting that. I remember that bastard. He was hard to split, wasn't he? You know, so it's like, you put it in the fire and you say, burn. Well, I tell you, I can hardly light the fire anymore without Bruno bloody pulling the wood out of it. Yeah, you see, I do that as well, Stephen, but it doesn't, there's not as much work in that. Do you know what I mean? I think that it's, you know, you plant the seed and it grows. You know, there's like, I grow spuds and stuff, and I used to have chickens and stuff like that as well. Chickens are great things to have if you have the room. They are really, really cool to have. I know we've talked about it before, but they're like little dinosaurs. If you have kids, they are the most amazing thing to have around the house. And they are tough. They are tough. They'd kick the cat's ass, no problem. But here, listen, on a serious note, the 80s and the 90s. Oh, I know. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So yeah, sorry, I had somebody came through the kitchen door and left it open. It's on the spin cycle, that's right, Stephen. I don't know. I used to put the coffee grounds in as well, and I don't think it made any difference. I tell you what I do is I put a lot of ash from the fire into my veg gardens in winter. So what I do is I have a couple of raised beds out the back, and all the noodles, the noodles from when I'm cutting up those big rounds, I'll just keep throwing them in, and I'll put what do you call that? Any big boxes that we get, shipping boxes, I'd put that down on top of a big layer, and then I'll throw some ash from the fire, and I'll throw more noodles on top of it, and I'll just keep doing that. And then when it comes, okay. And why? See, I don't know a lot about this. I just like this would be, my mother will come over and say, "Oh, put your ashes on the garden there." Coffee grinds burn. I think you have to. I think you need to compress them, don't you? Hang on, did I miss? I think. Yeah. Okay. Right. You like blueberries and red currants? Yeah. Well, we don't. We would have black currants, not blueberries. I don't think anybody really grows blueberries here. We would have bilberries, but they grow up in the mountains. Yeah. Sorry, Roddy. Yeah, but I think there's a process, isn't there? Don't you have to? It'd be the same as making those sawdust logs, isn't it? You have to like put them all in and compress them. I could see it being quite similar to those sawdust logs, but apparently they work a treat. I just prefer logs. No, we don't burn briquettes here. I just burn wood. We don't burn anything else except wood. When I lived over in Achill, over in the west of Ireland, we burnt turf. So we would have went, but this time a guy would come around with a digger, and he would cut the bog. So he would cut into a big peat bog, and he would cut lengths of turf like maybe this size and about that square. So it'd be maybe 2 foot, and he'd dump them all out all over the place, and then you would have to process it. Now, guys, splitting wood is enjoyable. Using the chainsaw is enjoyable. Doing the bog, that's what we call it. Doing the turf is mind-numbing. It is like you turn up, right? It's been cut. It's been a couple of good days weather, sun, because it needs to dry. The turf needs to dry, you see. So it's like a really wet peat, right, that sticks together, right? So it comes out, it's sort of like modeling clay. So you rock up, you turn up, and I'll get to that now, Alan. And it's like 400 yards, maybe 50 yards wide, 400 yards of these 2 foot by 4 inch bricks, just laid out, and you have to lift every one and turn it, right? And you need to go through them all. After they've hardened on one side, you have to turn them over to the other side and let them harden the other side, right? Thanks, Doug. And then what you need to do is you go back like a week later, but it'll take you like 4 days to turn every one, and then you go back and you stack them all up like this in a teepee, and then you leave them until they're dry, and then you have to lift them all by hand and put them into a trailer and drive them, take them to your house, and then put them all in and stack them, and then burn them in your fire. But you're talking 120 euros for about 14 months of fuel. But I tell you, it burns great. It burns great, but it doesn't burn great on its own. So you're always mixing it with something else, and it is really messy. Now, boys, I have a little button here, and I can remove moderators as easy as I can give them. Oh, so you do play nice. So there's, I don't know. I knew nothing about BTUs or any of that crack when I lived over in Achill, because there was no back boiler in the house we were in. We burnt coal to heat the room, and everything else was oil fired central heating. So no, gas is very expensive here. McNostril, very expensive here. I wouldn't bother with it. Oil's the best. Like, what do we get? 550 litres for £200. But it's crazy. Yeah, so the 90s was a wild place here. They didn't want either, Stephen. No, we worrying about it. They got landed with it, and it doesn't go away. I thought it would just sort of reset. I'm not even sure what the moderators do. We were sort of just mucking about with it the week before last. What does it do? Do you get to see those comments, boys, Roddy and Doug? Do you get to see those comments that are held for review? Do you get to see them, or does that just come straight to me? I know. It's half a glass of vodka. Ah, okay. That's grand, Roddy. So, guys, can you close the door after you, please? Yeah. So, yeah, wood's the best, hey? Wood's the best, and it's enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I enjoy the whole process, everything about it. There's not one part of it I don't enjoy. 64WD, hello from Germany. How's it going, guys? Except sometimes the felling of the trees can be a little bit touch and cloth at times. I really, I'm not that skilled of a tree pattern. You know what I mean? I'd much rather rock up to a field full of trees on the ground. But hey, listen, I gotta practice, don't I? I was pulling trees over with ropes this week. Those videos haven't come out yet. Well, I made the 2 boys mods without asking them. Oops. Yes, I had the brown trousers on that day. So I had, there's, where the cabin is, and there's those 2 trees right outside the cabin that are actually touching the roof of the cabin. The roof was built up against them because I was going to fell them. Well, I felled one of them. I do like swinging the chopper. I don't mind cutting. Cutting them with an axe is a completely different experience than cutting them with a saw. Yeah, Roddy, that check bounced, by the way. You sent me that moderator check, so get back to the bank. So what I find is that if I'm sort of a little bit worried about felling the tree, I sort of have a tendency to overcut it. So I end up, sort of taking the hinge out of it. So what actually ended up happening in this was I came in at it too low. So I came in at it flush with my bottom cut of the mouth cut. So that's what happened. And but it all worked out okay. But I had a rope on it. And I had it tied off to a tree. And so what I did was, I'm laughing at Roddy's comment. So what I did was I put the rope on it, I put in the face cut, put the rope on it, put a little bit of tension, and then just cut it in, and then pulled it over, because I just didn't want it. Just mechanical advantage. But of course, as soon as I wanted to pull it over, the bloody Bruno came running over going, "This is great crack! Yay! Tree falling!" I was like, "Get out of the way, Bruno! You're gonna die!" He didn't die. He was fine. So, that is. It was funny. It was funny, but it was a little bit tense at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So, but sure, listen. What can you? That's what it's all about, isn't it? So that's what it's all about. What have you guys been up to? It's quiet in the chat tonight. Normally the things are flying in. Has anybody been getting? How much snow have you all got? Doug, you've got mental snow still. What about you? Where's Pilk? Pilk, have you still got snow? Maybe Pilk's gone, is he? I know that they had a lot of snow in Germany as well. So no problem. What are we talking about now? Are we talking about the tree? Ah, Randy, that's why. Good man. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. So, yeah. Well, our snow lasted, and we had great crack. Oh my God, we had so much fun. The girls are just at the right age, you know, where they really enjoy the snow, you know. Whereabouts are you again, Randy? I know you're in Canada. Whereabouts? Too much winter. Not enough winter here. Damn Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream and the jet stream has us all the time. You know. Jesus, Texas is getting an awful pattern as well, is it? So what will happen, Randy, come spring? Will it just suddenly turn into... Okay. Okay, Thomas. McNostril. I need to stick that one. McNostril or Thomas. Randy, so what happens in spring? There's just suddenly the snow all melting, then it's summer and it's warm. We had 6 inches of snow here last week. And it was brilliant. And like, it was, you know, the first decent snow we've had in 2 years. You know, like 6 inches of snow. That is like a really good snow for us. And we were out playing in it. It's just so much fun. HMA, how's it going? Excellent. It's good to get the kids in bed. My kids get to stay up late on a Friday night because I do this. Siobhan sits downstairs with them and watches. I keep doing that. Sorry, that's my foot touching the table. And if you're wondering why the table is so wobbly, well, I made it. That's why it's wobbly. So, yeah, it is quite the... it's quite the live stream. Quite the live stream. Got a bit heavy there for a while. It's the heaviest live stream we've ever had. 1 week of snow. Class. Was it good snow? Where are you? Is that the East Coast, is it? Is that the East Coast of England? Lots of rain. Lots of rain. Well, we had that today. But did you just get snow last week? Stuart, you're welcome, by the way. Did you just get loads of snow last week? I was watching the weather forecast and it just seemed to be Scotland, snow, Scotland, snow, Scotland, snow, Scotland, snow. But Ireland, no snow. It's like the Eurovision all over again. But yeah, guys, I had loads of saw action. So what I was doing was I was going down the Red Branch. So I need to get the dog out every day. I need to get Bruno down. Fell back. That's what happens when I cut a tree. But oh, that was terrible. Guys, I need to take you were no way, happy birthday. I was 21. I was 21 in January. 21. Oh, no way. But you're with all the ski slopes are closed, aren't they? Somebody died. Oh, am I reading some? Was that somewhere in England? Some mountain rescuer got injured. So yes, truth seeker. Everybody give Stephen a happy birthday there. So no worries. No worries, McNostril. So it was... I've lost myself now. Yeah, so what is... right, the dog gets a walk in the morning, like 8 o'clock. And then come the afternoon, I take him down the Red Branch. So we go down the Red Branch, I take the chainsaw with me, or I take some bushcrafty type stuff and sit in the woods and drink coffee. The important stuff. Jonah, how's it going? So what I do then is but I was gathering up loads of materials for the winter build for the permanent shelter build, you know. So I needed those 12-foot pieces and 13-foot. So I was felling loads of trees with Igor, which is my Husqvarna 435, and it was just great fun, just great. I tidied nothing up. place is an absolute tip. And, you know, I'm like, I need to go down and probably spend 3 hours dragging branches just to tidy everything up. That is a very interesting question, Stephen. I sort of do. I sort of want to believe. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I want to believe that there is something else out there. I want, you know, the world is a mysterious place. There's loads of stuff going on that we don't have a clue about. The dogs are really good. The dogs really take care of themselves. I tell you what happened, guys, and this is going to come out in a video, so you're getting a bit of a sneak peek, right? I cut down a tree. Is Pat on? Is getting there with Pat on? Pat was slagging me about. Remember, I cut down the tree with the Buckin special. Do I believe in the Loch Ness monster? Now that is something I'm not so sure of. What happened there? I don't know. Okay, right. Let's go back. The dogs are really good. The trees are very small. They generally get, because everything is so overplanted, they generally get hung up. You know, 90%, 99% of the time, they're hung up in another tree. I have to twist. I have to pull them back at the stump to get them out. So it's never a big issue. Jim, how's it going? Yes, if that makes sense, Roddy. Yes. So what happened, guys, was getting there with Pat was giving me a bit of guff, bit of jibing about not when I cut down the tree with the Buckin special. He didn't get his timber moment. He wanted his timber moment. He wanted to see that tree hit the ground. He wanted the earth to shake, and he wanted the birds to fly up. But he didn't get it, and he was very disappointed. So I cut down another tree for him. That video hasn't gone up yet. Now, what happened when I was cutting that tree down was that I was sort of felling. It was only ever going to go one way, but it didn't want to go that way. So I was using the wee one. And what happened, guys, was that the tree started to go back at me a bit, right? So I got a rope with a loop on it, and I threw it around the tree, and I pulled it tight, and I tied it off to another tree, right? And I cut it with the axe, and then I pulled it over. And what happened then was I untied the rope, and I put the rope away, right? No problem. Then I went to cut down the tree that was hanging, that was over with the saw. I went to cut down the tree over at the cabin, right? Rope was gone. No rope. Could not find that rope anywhere at all. And I didn't twig until I did have another rope, but I didn't twig until after I had pulled the second tree down and untied that rope and put it up on a tree and turned around as Bruno grabbed the rope out of the tree and ran through the forest with it. So Bruno has taken 2 ropes and hidden them in the forest on me. So I have to go find these ropes. So they entertain themselves. They're brilliant. Kudo will just sit there, and then Bruno will annoy her, and she'll attack Bruno, and Bruno just runs. You know, I have actually, when I'm editing my videos, I leave his bits in because they're so funny. Like talking about a tree will fall down and hit the ground, and 4 seconds later he'll come out of side shot, you know, like that. Those conspiracy guys, eh? Oh no, the bad fairies. Aidan, how's it going? Yeah, you're late-ish. I don't know, time difference? Time difference, maybe? Newcastle, isn't it? No. Roddy's got it. You see Roddy's comment there? Bruno and the Sasquatch. We good name for a band, wouldn't it? But yeah. Yeah, sure. What can you do? I'm writing that down. Bruno and the Sask. Oh, I trimmed my pencil away. Where did they show me the pencil? I don't know. Now, speaking of Sasquatch, you want to get the only decent jacket that Snugpak make? Sasquatch. So guys, cut down a couple of trees with axes. Cut down a couple of trees with chainsaws. Good man, Jim. I'm on the water, or vodka. We're not sure yet. But so tell me this now. For the new channel, for the Red Branch Bushcraft channel, guys, I'll type this in here just in case you guys weren't aware. Garrett, how's it going? You ready for the plug? You ready for the plug? I have started a second YouTube channel. It is called Red Branch Bushcraft. It is bushcraft and survival only. Okay. Well, he is cool. Cool looking. No way. No way. I would have grown up with a lot of that. So my granny was a local storyteller, so she was a renowned storyteller. My mother and my aunties and all are folk singers and poets and stuff like that. You know, they're all into, people would say they're into the arts, people would say they're all mental as well, like, but that's half of it, isn't it? So I grew up and I was scared basically until I was about 15 that the fairies were going to steal me. I swear to God. We lived down the road with my granny, and she just told us about the fairies all the time. Like, you will drive around, like this area I live in here is a big agricultural area. Well, everywhere in Ireland is agricultural, right? But you'll see like the most pristine field, and right in the middle of it there'll be a thorn tree, and that's the fairy tree. And you don't touch the fairy tree. You do not touch the fairy tree. And these big, talk people that own hundreds of acres of land and have, tractors worth £200,000 and ploughs and all that stuff, they won't touch that fairy tree. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, Doug, leave them. They'll be grand. They can take care of themselves. So I'm joking, by the way. Don't ever say that I was telling you to abandon your children. So she reads the tea leaves. You see, geez, we have a lot of connections in here. Randy, sorry I missed that. I do. The ruin, really. Now, a fairy tree is always a tree on its own out in a field, and it's always a thorn tree, white thorn or black thorn. So it's always a white thorn or black thorn. It's never hawthorn. So maybe it is. Like you would have, I think, in the 40s. Yes. Yes, Alan. I think. Sorry, just listen. I'll go back to that. I think it was in the 40s in Ireland that a man, killed his wife. Right, he burnt her in a fire in the house. Right. Remember, this is when they had big massive fires. Big massive fires. He burnt her in the fire, and he got off with it. And his defense was that it wasn't her. The fairies had come and taken her and replaced her, and the woman he actually killed was a fairy, a changeling. So there you have it. You know. Nah, she's a changeling. That's grand. Go on then. What, did you kill the wife? Nah, it wasn't the wife. She was a changeling. No, where's Triffid Grower? He should probably get in on this with his name and all. But that's crazy. A ruin. See, a ruin to us is a mountain ash, you know. That's what we call a ruin. Yeah. Sorry, stretching my back, guys. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So the Salem witch trials, they actually reckon that it was to do with a I remember reading a really interesting thing about it. It was to do with ricin. And I reckon that these people that were supposedly possessed were actually poisoned with ricin from contaminated food. So I don't know where the hell I came across that tidbit of useless information that is stored up in there. Northern Outdoors, how's it going? Rowans, are you sure it's not yew trees you're thinking of, Roddy? We would have yews planted at churches, and rowan are just like ash trees, you know, they grow everywhere. Grow everywhere around here, and they have the orange berries on them. Ward off the devil. The devil. Yeah, strange that, isn't it? Strange the folklore with trees. So this, guys, the red branch Bushcraft logo, that's the tree of life. Okay, that's what that is, the tree of life. And in Ireland, the tree of life is the hazel tree. You know? Yeah, that's it. That's it. You know, Jim, the easiest way. Yeah, they're ewes, Randy. Ewes, we call them female sheep. The best way to sum it up is Monty Python. You know, throw her in the lake. If she sinks, she's a witch. You know, if she drowns, she's a witch. If she floats, she's a witch. You know. What? Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was basically you walk down the street, and there's somebody you don't like, and you say, "She's a witch. She's a witch. She's a witch." Oh, and somebody would come in and kill her. Yeah. Then you get to take all her property. Yay! Yeah, it's good. It works. It works. They still do it, don't they? Oh my God, that sounds crazy. Demonic houses and everything. I lived in a house and I thought there was demons in it, but it was a really, really old house, and it was rats living in the walls. And I had long hair at the time, dreadlocks, and we had this Jack Russell who was an absolute legend of a dog, and would fight anything, absolutely anything. You know, but when the rats would start running around the house, he would get up into the bed with me. I had a dream one night that the rats gnawed through the wall and fell into my hair. Roddy, take it easy. And what I did was I woke up with a handful of my hair. Pulled out one of my dreadlocks. I thought it was a rat steal. Class crack. Class night's sleep that night. Yeah, they're good dogs, boy. Good dogs. Good dogs. Yeah, we don't have any. We have two terriers. The two wee dogs are terriers. It's like having the smallest one is the oldest one. She's 14 now, and it's like a newborn baby in the house. Every 2 hours we were up with her the other night. I'm sure, Jim, if you look on. Oh, here, hang on. You ready for this? This was a party picture that a friend of mine took and entered into a competition. Yeah, that was when I lived over in Ackle. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has a life. You know, everybody has one. And everybody has a past. And everybody has a present. And everybody has a future, you know? So, yeah. Do you want to see it again? That was very early in the morning after no sleep. So there's plenty of pictures of it. Look, prove it. Look. You can probably see the inside of them. Plenty of pictures of me on Facebook and all, if you go trolling through my pictures. So, yeah, pretty much, Randy. Pretty much, boy. Pretty much. I'm like Jesus from South Park in that picture. So my friend took a picture and entered it into a competition. don't know if she won or not. Probably should have. Probably was too handsome for everybody else, and it probably was just blew everybody away. They were just in awe of the awesomeness of the picture. They couldn't accept it, so they just had to say, "We don't know what to do with this. Please just leave the room. Take your picture with you." You know, so which is the way it goes. Which is the way it goes. I actually don't know. I think that was 2003. That was taken in 2003. 4th to the 5th. That's crazy. That's crazy. Pulk, you're back. So Pulk, we were talking about snow. Did you get snow? Or is your snow all gone? Sorry. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, that's just the way it is. So like, so what? Spring is coming. Spring is coming, guys. I was down at Red Branch the other day, and all the snowdrops have come up. You know, so the soil, even, and that was like 2 days after the snow, so the soil is warmer already. So, and it's only, what month is this? February? Is it February or is it March? No, it's February. So spring is coming, so it's time to start thinking about the outdoors. For me, it's time to start. I know I've won one camp out under my belt already this year, but I'm sort of hoping I can get one camp out a month. I know I said that to myself last year. Didn't get very far with that, so I don't know how many camp outs. I go through phases of them. You know what I mean? Like I could end up camping out maybe 3 weeks in a row with Red Branch and stuff. But sometimes you go a couple of months without one. You know, so that's the crazy part of it. So I would love maybe to get out, love to get back up to goat camp. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of my goat camp videos. The goat camp. So it's not like a camp full of goats. Well, it is sometimes, but it's a camp I have away up in the mountains that I built up myself. What did you get, Jim? Oregon were, or not Oregon. Oregon's a change. Coleman were sort of teasing me a little bit about sending me stuff because I did a tent review on our family tent, but I haven't heard anything back from them in a good while. I wouldn't mind testing out some of their stuff to make some really good stuff. Everybody be nice. The boss is here. Say hello. We're going to see half your face. Come over and say hello.
Hello.
Vango make good tents, Jim. Vango are solid company, hey. Solid company. We had Vango tents when we were in the Scouts. And Wood Street Farm, how's it going? What is it?
4 people aren't liking.
Who's the 4 people that aren't liking? Lily is shocked. Shocked.
Hello.
So, like, and when I work in outdoor shops, I was looking at this stuff all the time, and I was always recommending the Vango stuff to make some really, really good stuff. I have a Vango sleeping bag in there.
Hello, Jim. Hello.
That's Lily's hand. Hilly. Hi, Hulk. Hi, Hilly. Hi, Hilly.
Hi.
What are you doing downstairs?
Hello.
Yes, I have live streamed from Goat Camp before. I have live streamed from Goat Camp before.
Only 30 people in Germany with his name.
That's class, isn't it?
That's amazing.
Hello, Pilk. Hello. So, listen, go put your socks on. Don't be rubbing your verrucas up here. She's trying to give me verrucas. So, the Vango's really good. I have a Vango Venom 300 down sleeping bag in there, and it is I've had it for a long time. Must have it 20 years. Randy says hello as well.
Hello.
Hello. She said hello. Evie, come on up quick before you go to bed.
We're not going going to bed. We're watching Avatar.
They're watching Avatar. They're forcing Siobhan to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender from episode 1.
We're on season 1, like the Winter Solstice one. You know where they go to the thing and they try to. And
Hello.
Aang tries to talk to Roku.
That's the camera.
Oh.
With the blue lights. So you look at the camera and you say, look, guess who came to our house last night? The plier fairy. He's just like a normal fairy, except he has pliers. And he pulls out teeth. No, it's we don't talk about the film here,
The
Jim.
film is
We don't mention the film. We talk about the cartoon series. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
It's the bestest thing in the world.
No problem, Pulk. No problem. So listen, where you go? Don't be reading them comments. See, they're as good a readers as me. Leatherman. So, was that my phone? Did I just bing? I binged and then I bonged. Oh, Randy sent me a picture. Oh my God! Look at this snow.
What?
Whoa! Right, go on, where you go?
No, that's
So,
amazing.
I must show you Doug's video as well. It's class.
Yeah,
it's like so much.
much.
Wood Street Farm. Avatar. Of all the cartoons the kids been watching, Avatar is definitely not the worst. Genie Mac. I have to watch My Little Pony. Listen, My Little Pony's okay. But Jesus, there's some bad ones out there. But Genie Mac.
Like what? What do you think's terrible? What's your least favorite TV show?
Oh, I don't know.
Mine's that Dragon Riders Rescue Riders.
You love that.
It's so.
There's a baby. Dragon Riders Race to the Edge is a brilliant cartoon, but there's a like a baby version, and Lily's always going, "Oh my God, this is terrible!" And then you come in and she's watching it. It's like her guilty pleasure. No, not at all. Not at all, Jim. Alan, I've missed your comment there. Sorry. I've seen serious archaeological stuff in Dublin. Who knows what's nearby? I don't know a lot. I know there's a lot of Viking stuff. With real ponies. My Little Pony is mental. Mental. And Avatar is good. Avatar is quite good. And so is Korra, The Last Airbender, which is like a follow-on series from it. So, yeah, like it's just one of these things. Compared to all the crap that there is on TV, Airbender's quite good. And it's based on graphic novels. So, there's... But Dragon Picks, thank you very much. But the plier, oh, good man. Yeah, the plier fairy. Yeah, Tooth fell out yesterday. Tooth Fairy came last night. Tooth Fairy's class crack, really, Jim. Netflix is supposed to be making a series, but the series is based on the cartoon. Apparently, what happened with the film was that the two writers of the series were part of the film. The film is actually somebody directed it. I can't remember who directed it, but it was like their first big movie, and he's a massive director. Was it Nilite Shyam or something like that? I can't remember his name. And now I can't stop playing with the Leatherman. So they are gone picks. I'll show them in the morning. They're way downstairs. So what happens is, yes, thank you very much, guys. Get that, guys. Show your appreciation to the man there for sending us a super chat. So yes, that's it, Randy. But in comparison to the other thing, it doesn't compare. Well, I suppose you can't. You're talking about fitting 10 series into an hour and a half film. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was always going to be a struggle. But what happened was the two creators walked away from the film very early on, and apparently with the Netflix series, the two creators have walked away from that as well. So God knows what that's going to be like. And that's because they're not these people aren't following along to to the creator's vision of it. My God, you could end up talking about anything on these live streams. Jesus Christ. No, yeah, I understand. I understand what you mean. I understood who you're talking about, Randy. So the thing is, spring is coming. Have to get out, guys. Goat camp. Does anybody, Randy? You've seen goat camp. You've seen a fair few videos of goat camp, guys. I went up to the mountain and I searched. I did a whole video series of me searching. Yeah. Jim, I'll get back to you. So I was searching for this perfect location. So what I figured out is that the perfect location doesn't exist. So but there was a couple of things that needed to fill. It needed to be off the beaten track, needed to be away from prying eyes, and it needed to be sort of hidden, I suppose. So, and I found this class spot, and I ended up making this big platform. It was in the ruins of an old house, and I got all the stone from the old house that was laying about it, and I made a big, like a 10-foot platform, not 10 foot high, 10 foot by 3 foot platform, and made a really cool spot. Doug, how's it going? Good camp is class, guys. I must get back up to it soon, but it's always a bivvy spot, you know, so I'm always traveling late to get up there because it's about 5 miles to walk to it. So, you know, there'll be no steak that night. So, Jim, we are watching. I do. Mark, to you, I do. Jim, we are watching. We get very little chance to watch TV, to tell you the truth. But what we are watching, we are very slowly making our way through Cobra Kai at the minute. So we've just started season 2. I don't know if any of you guys have watched that. Cobra Kai, yeah. So, yes, I have raised beds for my garden. The reason why is because when I moved into the house, there was raised beds there. So it's quite good soil here, but what I was looking to do, the wood's all rotten, so I need to replace them. And I was supposed to be getting some of those, you know, those ICB totes or IBC totes. Is that what you call them? So some guy was supposed to be giving me about 5 of those, and I was going to take them, and I was going to take the plastic out. Randy, it's try it, man. It's nostalgia. It's just the music, everything. Thanks, Doug. It's the music and everything. Like, I was listening to Oreo Speedwagon here the other day. Siobhan was like, "What are you listening to?" That I said, "I'm listening to Speedwagon, man." But I had never really listened to them before. But I knew a lot of their songs, strangely enough. They're just one of these bands, you know, that are sort of in the background of your life, and you never really know who they are. So, but what I was planning on doing was I was going to get those totes and IBC, yes, and I was going to take the plastic out of them, but I was going to cut the plastic in half and put that in and put my raised beds into those plastic totes. But nah, I don't know if I could really be bothered with aquaponics, to tell you the truth, Stephen. It's just a little bit too much. I'm not really, I have a greenhouse and stuff, but I only have that stuff because it was here when I moved in. Do you know what I mean? No problem, mate. No problem at all. Cedar, really? Cedar, Lelandiae is cedar, isn't it? I have about 50 Lelandiaes that I need to cut down, and what I have been doing is I haven't been doing it. They're all very straight and very tall. I just haven't really been bothering. I just was sort of like, no, couldn't be bothered, you know. Hang on, I flashed this up in front of you guys. Go away. So I haven't really bothered with them, you know. And did it make Travid? We're talking about you. They must be, and that's from guys. You see that? I expect 15 new subscribers in the next 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds to subscribe. Sorry. Hang on. Okay, Mark. Let's go back to the cedar. The Landy is a cedar, isn't it? The Landy or is it a cypress? Western red cedar. No, we don't have a lot of cedars here. That's the only thing. Cheers, really? Yes. So what to do, Randy? What to do, Randy, is people take the big plastic thing out of them and fill the crates full of firewood, and it's a really effective way for storing and drying firewood. But you're sort of left with this plastic and you don't know what to do with it. So myself and Adam from Hometown Acres were talking about this, and I had pretty much the opportunity to get about 40 of those, but it just sort of fell through because I couldn't collect them. And I was going to make raised beds out of them. So I have a dog stuck somewhere. Sopranos is good. Sopranos is good. Give me 1 second, guys. Now's your chance to go subscribe to Red Branch Bushcraft and go for the pee. Go for a pee. Yes, they keep fishing them. Yeah, and the fish pee and poo in the water, and that provides nutrients for the plants, and you don't need to feed your plants and everything. It's an incredible system. So, but you know, it's a big setup, guys. 2 minutes. Who is down here? Pockets. What are you doing, Bruno? What are you eating? Drop it. What is that? Pockets. Come in the house. Pockets, come on. Oh. I'm back. Wow, still 14 people. Well, you know what? Fair play to you, 14. I don't know if there's any good bands left in the world, to tell you the truth. Fart break? No, pee break. Hang on a second. Yeah, it would be an idea to get one for Red Branch. Yeah, definitely. It's something that I looked at. Well, you see, I have water collection butts down at Red Branch. Just haven't hooked them up yet because there's no. I don't have. You know, I haven't got to that stage of the cabin yet. So, Dragons, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. I think. No, it didn't. Ron, sorry, Triffid. No, it didn't. I had to go for a pee, and then the dogs wanted out, and then the dogs wanted back in, and then I had to get water. No, Mark, we have no locust either, and hemlock is not. Hemlock's an invasive species here, so you don't get it up this far, but I've seen it around Wicklow a lot. So hemlock the tree, not hemlock the plant. So you get hemlock the plant here, but that's a poison. It's not a tree. So when they talk about all these Greek tragedies and stuff like that, and people being poisoned with hemlock, it's a plant called hemlock water dropwort. Sorry, it's a deadly poison. Yeah, sorry, Ron. I was away for a pee. We've been on for an hour and a half, so I couldn't be older no more. But yes, so that's the crack. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, ICB totes or IBC totes. So yeah, handy thing, hey, a handy thing. If you can get one with the plastic bottoms, yes. Really, some people, I don't know. We never had fish. We never had fish growing up. We never had anything like that. Because we always had dogs and cats. Do you know what I mean? So, but there were lots of people who would have had fish. It's not really something that we ever. It gets very expensive, doesn't it? You mean nappies? Yes, I think that is where it comes from originally, Ron. So I remember being down in Wicklow, and the hemlock it's like a pine tree. It's like a and there was all these little pine trees, all really nice looking pine trees, and they were all over the place. And I remember going, what are they? You know, the man's like, they're hemlock. They grow everywhere. They're an absolute weed. We can't get rid of them. So you have all these really massive old growth trees, and then the hemlock is just populating. Yes, man, diapers, mappies. We call them nappies. We just call them diapers. So the mountain equipment, Jim, is that what you're talking about? I haven't had any mountain equipment stuff in years, boy. Yeah, the yew tree is poisonous. So the yew tree is actually poisonous to work as well. So you can get poisoned from the dust if you're cutting it, or if you're sanding it and stuff like that. So I didn't realize that. I bought a load of yew blanks off eBay or something, and I carved this amazing spoon, you know, and I put a picture up and everything of it, and they were like, wow, that's amazing. Put it up on Facebook, and somebody was like, what's that made of? I says, oh, it's made of yew. And they were like, that's poisonous. You can't put that in your mouth. Locust. Is locust not really hard? Is it a really hard wood? I hear people talking about it. Elm and locust. Elm is something we don't get here either. Dutch elms disease, I think, killed it off. Possibly, Randy. That's the thing. Like, so, yes. But like, we're very limited in what we can get here, guys. I took a dog for a walk down at Red Branch. You know, there's Red Branch, and there's a river, and the valley goes up the other side. There's a guy building a house up the other side there, and there must have been about 20 trees down. And I was like, oh, I'd love to get in here with a chainsaw and take down and get rid of all these trees from them. So I might work on that and see if a lot of ash as well. So see if I can get that sorted. But I have the itch, you know. I'm at the stage of the season where I need a big firewood haul just to set me up for the rest of the year. Now, this time last year, or March last year, we got all those beech trees. So, was it March? Was it April? March or April, guys? I don't remember. So we got all those beech trees, you know. So, and that set me up for the year. And I still have some of them stacked out the back and stuff. But I need to start. All my bays are empty except for one, and that's all. That's basically all the firewood I have left. So that is 4 cords burnt. So yeah, 4 cords burnt. 4 cords, huh? Where's it? 5? I don't remember. 4 or 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 foot, 6 foot. Yeah, it's about 4.5, I think. I'm at about 4. I've burnt 3 bays at the minute. This is what I'm trying to figure out, Ron. I burnt 3 bays at the minute. So each bay is 6 foot tall, right? Each bay is a cord plus 2 foot. So that's the way I have them laid out. So 8 foot by 3 rows deep, 8 foot, 4 foot high, but then there's 2 foot on top of each one. So, but there's 3 of them. So I have 2 rows left in one bay, and that's all I have left out of the. But I have another. That's what I have burnt since August last year. So that's what I burnt: August, September, October, November, December, January, February. That's what I burnt. 6 months, guys. 6 months. But I don't burn year round. So, just the beach is fine. Yeah. It's good and dry already. I could be under. It'd be about 18% moisture, I'd say. Jesus, Randy, that's crazy. That's crazy. Cord. Listen, Triffid, Monty Python is not useless. Don't ever go there. We were talking about Monty Python earlier on. Is that just in the winter? But Randy, do you know? So that's a serious amount of wood, boy. 1.5 weeks. Yeah, 5.5 cords so far. Since when, Mark? And what are you guys burning? This is the thing, you know. So I'm burning beech, and I'm burning larch, or not larch, sorry, spruce. I'm burning a lot of spruce. So I have the spruce mixed with the beech, and it's excellent. The spruce burns fast, but it burns really hot, really hot. So if I have the fire going and it's just sort of taking over, I put in a bit of spruce. That's a good way of putting it, Doug. October 17, Jesus. You see, we are so temperate, right? So we've had a cold spell there. It was like -4. Last year we didn't get that at all. So we always hover in around about the 4 degrees in the winter, but it is wet. It's miserable. It's crap weather. You don't want to be outside. You don't want to be doing anything. So the fire's lit, right? You know, so fire's lit. You know, it's the centerpiece of the house. The fire's lit. Come the summer, like summer past, we had a good run, good 2 months. You know, so I didn't light the fire for 2 months. But in August, pissed rain. You know, August just started raining. September, October, November. You know, once you hit end of September, you're burning anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it's just the winters are the evenings are coming in and everything. That is absolutely insane. You see, we can't even comprehend that. We can't, you know. Here, this is what happened in Ireland, right? So we had about 10 years ago, we had a really cold spell, right? Not a lot of snow, but a really cold spell, and it was -18, right? -18. The whole country went to bits, right? So we had a big building boom and everything. We had the fall of the collapse and the boom, and in the boom, houses were just shot up everywhere. Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, I don't mind it. Have good gear. Having good gear makes a really big difference. But guys, what happened is that all the houses, all the plumbing froze, all the central heating broke down. It just was a disaster. The country was just, you know, like we have, because we're in the European, because Ireland is in the European. I was living in the Republic at the time. Because Ireland's in the European Union, there's lots of Europeans, well, Eastern Europeans living in Ireland and stuff. And it rubs the lotion on the skin, Doug. And what happened was they were like, what is wrong with you people? How can you not handle this cold? What is wrong with your houses? You know, all these houses were just falling apart. I know. I know, Triffid, man. Jesus Christ, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I'm sure, listen, we can't comprehend the heat you get either. No, of course not. They would have nothing, Randy. Nothing. You know, and I look forward to it. I look forward to a big cold spell where, you know, there's nothing to do except go outside and enjoy the snow, or, you know, go down the road and cut trees and stuff like that. So, and at this stage, I'm out of business as well. So it's all about finding some other way to occupy yourself. So I did have my whole business arranged around the kids, so it's not that big of a deal. So I'm still minding the kids and all. So, but it's cool. It's great to have a snow day. You know, like guarantee, right? Not a guarantee. I made a promise to myself when the kids were smaller. I was like, right, as soon as they are old enough to enjoy the snow, as soon as we get a decent fall of snow, they're not going to school. They're not going to school, right? Because we get so little snow, right? I don't know if you saw a little short video I did. That was no good of snow. Yeah, exactly, Randy. So I decided, like, I loved snow days when I was growing up, right? Loved them. You're talking about one every 3 years, you know? So what are they going to miss in one day of school? So if there's enough snow to go playing, I say, right, girls, no, we're not going to school today. You know, get your gear on, we go out and we play in the snow, you know. So I think that's important. I think that's important for us here in Western Europe, UK, Ireland and stuff, you know, to be like that, because, you know, that's what the kids will remember when they're growing up. Oh, I remember going out and sliding down the hill, you know, and doing all this and doing all that, you know, as opposed to, I remember being in school and it was snowing outside and it was really crap. Jesus. Yeah, Stephen, you see, that is a life that I don't know, you know. That's crazy, boy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, that would be like us getting a 4-month heat wave, you know, 4-month heat wave, 20, high 20s every day. Really? In Vancouver? That's all? That really? I would have thought that British Columbia would get a ton of snow. Oh, it's crazy, Stephen. I really would have thought. I mean, I suppose the further you're in, but Vancouver doesn't. See, Achill, when we lived in Achill, because it was an island in the Atlantic Ocean, they didn't see a lot of snow because of the salt air and stuff. Everything metal rotted. You know, all, you know, cars and trucks and everything were a disaster. Yeah, exactly. So, exactly, Randy. That's what I mean. So, what, you know, so when we expect, we're not far from the coast here either. You know, we're maybe 5 miles from the Irish Sea. But it doesn't affect us that much. It's because, like, when we lived in Achill, you know, you looked out our window and 300 yards away was the Atlantic Ocean, you know. No, Jim, you're still here. Would it not comment for you? I think the one Doug's on there, but no, I didn't do anything. I never touched anything. Good man, Jim. Take it easy, hey. Take it easy. So it was such a special thing. Oh no, Jesus, guys, you see this? It's crazy, like it's crazy. It's crazy. We don't have a clue what was going on in people's lives, you know. And I always thought that, you know, especially when it came to, if I was having a really shitty fibro day, a really crap fibro day, you know, and I'd be there, and you know, you do, if you, and this is the thing about people who have had issues and stuff, is that you become an actor, right? So you act with fibro and stuff like that. You act like you're okay, you know, but you're not, you know. So I would have spent a lot of time, like when I hurt my back, right? When I hurt my back first, you know, it was bad. Like it was bad, and you know, and the thing about having a bad back is that nobody believes you. That's crap, Doug, man. It's crap. I don't know what to say. And we never had the issue of being in shelters. Well, there was nothing here, but we did end up living with my granny for a long time, you know. So, yeah, there's that, Randy. And the thing about it is that it grinds you down. So I would go down. I'd be having a really crap day, like a really crap fibro day, you know. And you're still talking to people, and yeah, joking and all, yeah. And you're like going, as soon as you stop talking, inside you're going, oh my God, I'm going to die. Good man, Doug. Kicked ass. Perfect. You know, so, and that's the way it is. And, you know, and it brings us back full circle to what we were talking about the mental health, the men's mental health and stuff. I think you probably missed this, Doug. You know, and it's that this acting and pretending that you're okay, you know, eventually the mask slips, you know. Yeah, and that's it, you know. So we ended up, you know, single mother. You know, my mother raised us on her own as well, and we ended up living with my granny for a long time before we moved up here to Forkhill because my parents were separated. Yes, and that is what happens, you know. Yes, Randy, there is. McNaughton, I don't know what you're on about with this TT56. I think you did another one there the other time, and I wasn't sure what it was. T6. I don't know. It's way over my head. Because this stuff comes full circle, right? And this is what we are finding out as we evolve as people, I suppose would be a way of putting it, is that this stuff needs to be resolved. And if it's not resolved, it comes to the surface, and you have a postman going on a killing spree, or you have, you know, these men who are the life and soul of the party, just suddenly you find out that, oh no, well, he killed himself, you know. So, and it's a fucking balls. It's a balls. Okay, so let's split this, guys. 1 hour 48 minutes 38 seconds. That's a good one, guys. Yes, fixing stuff. That's just like being a parent. What are you doing? I fix stuff that my kids break. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. I have to say thank you very much to everybody for being on here tonight. It was we went from men's mental health to My Little Pony in the space of 30 seconds. Okay. I mean, as a person, Stephen, I don't mean as a human race. I mean, you as a person, you evolved from your former self to your present sense to your future self, you know. So, guys, that was a crazy one. That was a really, really good one. I had some stuff I wanted to get across, and we got it across. Right, okay, that's it. We'll leave it at that. Guys, thank you very much. Don't forget to head over to Red Branch Bushcraft. And if only I could, Stephen, I would fix the world. Fix the world. I would have everybody else. I would have everybody out planting trees. Guys, thanks very much. Guys, hit that thumbs up before you go. Get over to Red Branch Bushcraft and subscribe. And have a look at the latest Worley's Word video and tell me what you think, guys. I put so much work into that. And Doug, guys, you got to say thank you to Doug for being my sounding board when it comes to some of these videos. I bombard him with useless and dumb questions at all times of the day and night, and he's always nice to answer me back. Guys, later. Andy, good luck, good luck, good luck. Nothing is impossible.